All right, let's talk about the angle of elevation and depression. All right, so this is the angle of elevation. So essentially, you start at like a straight line, and then you're kind of making an angle up from that. So that is the angle of elevation. And so you can obviously guess, right, that the angle of depression starts at a straight line and then it moves down. And the angle that it makes is called the angle of depression. So here we're given an angle of elevation question, and uh, it says the angle of elevation of the top of a tower from a point on level ground 30 meters away from the base of the tower is 28 degrees. Find the height of the tower to the nearest meter. So we're given this diagram, thankfully. I will just draw a triangle diagram of it so it's more easier to see. So this is 30 meters. We're asked to find h, and this is 28 degrees. And so I can use tan here, right, to find out what h is. So this will be tan 28 degrees equals to h over 30. And I'm just going to flip it so it's easier to see. And so to solve this, right, you just want to times 30 both sides. So h is equal to 30 times tan 28 degrees. And then you can punch this in the calculator. So to the nearest meter, this will give you 16 meters. Okay. And yeah, that's pretty much the solution. So here we're given an angle of depression question, and it says from the top of a vertical cliff, Andrea spots a boat out at sea. If the top of the cliff is 42 meters above sea level and the boat is 90 meters away from the base of the cliff, find Andrea's angle of depression to the boat to the nearest degree. Now what sucks is they don't give us a diagram, and so we kind of have to figure out what this diagram is. So what we know, right, is that this cliff is 42 meters tall. So I'll just draw a straight line here, and this will be 42 meters. And the boat is 90 meters away from the base of the cliff. So we search out 90 meters. And we're asked to find the angle of depression. So our triangle looks like this right now. Okay? And we're asked to find the angle of depression. Just to clarify, right, this thing right here is not the angle of depression. Because as I mentioned before, right, it starts from a straight line. And that straight line is this thing right here. Also known as the horizontal. Okay? And so it goes downwards from that. So this thing right here is the angle of depression. Okay? Not this thing. So there's two ways you can find theta. If you find out what this angle is, right? Let's call it x. Then you can use the fact that these are alternate angles. And because they're alternate, I can use the fact that they're going to be equal. So in this question, I'll be using tan, okay, because I have the opposite and adjacent. So this is tan theta is equal to 42 over 90. And so I can just do theta is equal to tan inverse of this. And if you punch this in the calculator, you'll get 25 degrees, because here it asks us to find it to the nearest degree. And yeah, that's it for angle of elevation and depression.